I'll do another intro for the whoever edits this.
Yeah, sure. It's okay, we had the behind the scenes start. Okay, I am back, and we're good to go.
That's the fun of Twitch, right? You get to experience all of the shenaniganry before it begins. All right, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESOC Grand Tour. This is a tournament organised by quite a number of people. We've been having mini tournaments or mini events every single weekend, and this is what it's been leading up to. This is the semi-finals, or the quarterfinals.
The semi-finals is the word you're looking for.
I said the semi. I always, got to cover both bases and say both, and then wait until you're corrected, and then continue the commentary. Yes, Mitoe versus Knuschelbär. We've landed on the map Alaska. It will be a Dutch mirror spawning on the right-hand side here. We do have blue, Cuddlebear, Teddy Bear, Knuschelbär. The crate start is all gold, bar 1, wood. We'll take a look at the treasures nearby. Looks like he's going to go straight for the 50 coin treasure. Going to be quite pleased with that. Blue going to be, especially for Dutch, always helpful, the coin for the villagers. And then a bit further down, 150 XP. And up further than that, 80 wood. So those are the ones to look out for on his side. Oh, 95 wood as well, which he is actually going to come across right here.
Yes. I'm just
probably go back for that almost. Yeah, you're checking. Okay, well then I won't talk about treasures because we're not actually looking at them in tandem. I think that's important.
Looks like the hunt may be a little bit neat. We may actually restart, I think. Like, look at Mitoe's situation.
Okay, restart. I botched the intro anyway.
Alright.
Should you... Is restarting for treasure distribution never a concern? Like, ever, do you think?
Yeah, you can't restart for treasures. You have to restart for hunt, though.
Okay.
I think that's just such a mess.
Yeah, it does look a bit...
Alright.
Okay, I just stopped because I...
Okay. We'll let him decide, I guess. But as of right now, if we just start with the cast and see what he says.
Alright, it appears... okay, so we've done a map check. It looks like Mitoe is okay with continuing based on the fact that he has quite a nice gold mine starting position there. And he's going to be pleased with that. So we're going to be continuing by the looks of it. Going for 150 XP treasure. The Guardians are down, but no one seems to be going... Is there...
Oh, no, Mitoe let it reset, and so he uses crack shot after Knucklebar, so Knuschelbär's going to get a chance to crack shot this. It's just a matter of... Mitoe has no idea when that's coming up, so we'll see if he's watching it at the right moment.
To pay attention. Do you think, though, he just... if Knuschelbär's the one... Oh, Knuschelbär's going to crack shot it.
Yeah, Knuschelbär's going to have to crack shot this. Okay, well, he doesn't have to, but he does have the first crack shot.
Yeah. Well,
there
here we go.
And he got it. Little misclick from Knuschelbär. Yes.
Damn. 150 XP.
Envoy blocking the snare, and so the Explorer's going to get away. But at the same time, it's a pretty equal outcome, right? Because Knuschelbär got 95 wood, which is arguably a better treasure. So at this point, pretty much dead even outcome from this age 1.
Yeah.
And interesting, we didn't comment on this, but Knuschelbär started with a market first. And
yeah, he did. That is interesting.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what he's done with it just yet. Maybe he hasn't used it for anything. He
got hunting dogs at 1:07.
Oh yeah, he did. Huh. Interesting that he was able to squeeze in that hunting dogs, whereas Mitoe is not. And at the same time, that was a consequence of the 95 wood that he was able to pick up here.
And also 50 coin in the muskrat treasure right next to his base. It's always quite convenient, that extra gold. But yeah, the would certainly being the perhaps bigger factor there. So overall, treasures, you're not too concerned there. Unfortunate for Knuschelbär, he would have had a really nice start had he managed to pick up that XP as well. But early hunting dogs off the back of the treasures here, so that he's got that going for him. Chasing down the envoy.
Yeah.
Very low HP, that blue explorer. Lord of Weed is not going to be able to get much more exploration done.
Yeah, and interestingly, there's still an 85 wood in the back of the base here that I think he'll also get.
Yeah, if he comes up to it. I mean, when he gets up to the next stage, he's going to get 100 extra HP on that Explorer, make it much more easy. But for the time being, quite low on health, and Mitoe is free to do whatever he wants. Although has low health on his Explorer, although a bit more. Going for 120 XP in the bottom of the map here. and that's going to be nice to get in just before going up to the next stage. Although both players, Mitoe actually does have a shipment ready and available to go. Knuschelbär not quite. He's almost got his next shipment, but shouldn't be a problem by the time he's aged up. First bank now going down for the blue player there. And what do you think of the positioning? Everything's really tight-knit here. There's trees on the right-hand side of the bank, and then you've got the mine and the market creating a nice little wall. So it's sort
this I think is too tight, and you'll see the problem he's going to have right now with the deer. Honestly, like he's going to have a lot of pathing challenges trying to gather resources. I think we're going to see a lot of like really weird animal kills and stuff like that happening. At the same time, it is very solidly like tied in, and as you can see, he's got 3 full hunts in his base. So once those elk like make it around the back of that bank, it should be fine. At the same time, like I think the most important thing that's happened this entire game is that market start. I mean, Knuschelbär has an extra 100 wood already invested into buildings, and he's got hunting dogs. And it takes just a long time for Dutch to get to hunting dogs, and he wasn't even delayed on the bank. Like everything else was equal, and this just kind of goes to show you why the XP is not as good as the resources, because the resources are paying off right now. Whereas Mitoe, sure, he does have his second shipment already queued up behind this, but Knuschelbär's will come quickly enough once this bank finishes. Really, we're not going to see any impact at all from those XP treasures until we get to like the fortress age almost.
They're not like a passive bonus in the way that hunting dogs is a constant generation of resources. It's just big spikes every now and again, and it doesn't actually add up until, as you just said, the fortress age, when really starts to pay off. Blue Explorer goes down there, manages to take that out, although quite close to. Wait, he bought it back by the looks of.
You mean the Blue Envoy? What are you talking about?
Blue Envoy went down. Sorry, I'm a spastic. You see.
Yeah, the Envoy's down. And here we're starting to see Mitoe's actually doing a different build. Watch what he's doing here. He's using the bank wagon to build the bank while he's building a stable. So the bank wagon can actually build a bank foundation once you place it, and then he's going to use that to build the bank. But he's also not going for a market, and he's gone for a very early stable, whereas Knuschelbär is not going for a stable at all. And he's gone bank wagon as well. He has no wood to build a stable just yet. Usually in this matchup, what you want to keep an eye out for is like you want to build your stable one step after your opponent or in the same step, because if you wait too long, then you end up getting belled. And so at this point, Mitoe does have a build order advantage due to him scouting and going for a slightly earlier stable. We'll see if he can use that to make up for not having hunting dogs, and it's obviously a 5 bank to 4 bank situation because Mitoe has gone for that stable.
Is Knuschelbär going to go for anything at all? Do you think he might? He's not chopping wood, is he going to?
I think he's just going. I think he's just assuming that Mitoe will play as he usually does, which is more economic leaning, and he may get punished quite hard for this.
Yeah, I mean, 4 hussars walking across the map, and as you said, you're going to get belled up. You want to build that stable in the same step or just after. These hussars going to come straight across and start smacking those vills, and he's not going to be able to continue gathering resources, which is going to be quite frustrating. Mitoe, 600 wood to back this up. 600 wood coming from Knuschelbär as well. Perhaps that's what he wants to build military out of. Here are the hussars though. Straight on those vills, going to take out that quickly Lord of Weed going down there. Minutemen coming out, going to push these cavalry away for the time being, but
that's not going to be enough. He's got to gather 600 food before those Minutemen run out of HP, and that's exactly what he's going to try to do. Mitoe now catching up on his bank. Knuschelbär starting to put down the stable, but honestly, at this point, Knuschelbär just has to age. He has to get to the fortress age before the Minutemen kind of stop holding him.
Mitoe has 4 more hussars in queue, about to pop any moment now, I'd imagine, as well. So this is, a whole extra batch. I guess this first one's been neutralized by the Minutemen, but they've been used up as well now. So the hussars coming across the map as we speak are gonna just keep him belled up, and he's not even got the age up in queue.
In fact, he might not. Food. He's gonna buy the food.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they've got quite a lot of extra gold there.
He has to buy the
banks
food.
Are generating it.
Otherwise, every second he's not aging up right now is just more bell time before the Reuters hit. Yeah. And there we go. He bought the food. He's clicked up. Mitoe quite far from aging up, but remember, he has to get up and Q5 Reuters. So Mitoe still has a ton of time here just to keep the Knuschelbär belled up.
Just to be a nuisance. Another Vill going to go down there.
Yeah,
He's been using his Vills to fight them off, but now this second batch is here. I don't think he can do it again. Yeah. Especially without the Minutemen.
And now Mitoe is saving to age. And you'll notice that Mitoe doesn't care too much about actually killing Vills that are near the TC because it's not realistic to expect to kill them. And really that base building we talked about earlier is paying off quite well here just because of how the Hussar can't actually cross over.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that. I mean, I don't know why you'd want to leave here, but I guess Mitoe wants to preserve some of these Hussar. Maybe he'll go back in. We'll see.
Yeah,
No, and Mitoe is flipped up right now, and you'll see he's kind of unharassed, and he's got his infrastructure set up. He has better market upgrades than Knuschelbär, but no racks yet.
Yeah.
And Knuschelbär already has skirms and raiders in queue.
What are they looking for? Like a dock or something?
I think he's just hiding them somewhere. Maybe looking for stray vills, just to kind of understand the situation while he waits to get up himself. And the racks will build a little bit forward for Mitoe. My guess is that he's going to play this out in the Fortress Age and probably open with 1k wood. And we can see that advantage right now. So you'll know Knuschelbär has a shipment on the way, but Mitoe has 2 stacked already.
Which he's just sent into stuff on the way. Did you? Oh, Cords of 1,000 wood arriving for Knuschelbär. Do you think then Mitoe, he sent 1,000 wood? I didn't notice if the population went up. We'll see soon enough.
No, he did for sure. There's no other option really as Dutch but to send 1,000 wood first. Just because you want to get 2, maybe 3 racks up and a ton of houses you're going to need. Fair. They're one of the few civs who can like totally spend 1,000. That's why we see it so often.
Yeah. Reuters now both out for each player, blue and teal respectively. Skirmishers hitting the board as well, 5, and another 5 just here as well.
Yeah.
Second rack's going down.
Lots of wood chopping. I wonder what Mitoe's chopping for actually with those 4.
Perhaps they were just left there for the time being.
Yeah, maybe he's looking for that for a hunt or something, trying to figure that out.
Looks like they're heading towards that coin mine now.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? Mitoe got his early harass in. He killed a couple of vills and mostly did some belling, which was quite effective.
Yeah, well, this looks like Knuschelbär's got a lead right now that he needs to capitalize on. But Mitoe at the same time gonna have an extra shipment in. 8 skirmishers just hitting the floor for Knuschelbär. I think it's just gonna be a big skirm war, and Mitoe going for the 1,000 coin option. Maybe we'll see a triple racks out of him soon because when you send the crates, you can run more raxes.
That's fair.
I think he does need to get to triple racks soon, though, because he did get to Fortress later, and his opponent's going to at least do a double.
Can we consider the possibility of an artillery foundry?
There's not really much benefit to artillery foundry in this matchup, because you just make skirms against skirms, and nothing in the foundry helps with that. And I wonder, I mean, gosh, Mitoe's got to be floating, so many resources here. I wonder where these vills are going to.
Hopefully food. We do have a standoff in the middle of the map, though. Yes. Looks like blue has the slight skirmisher lead, so Mitoe not really willing to stay there all that long. I think that's a result of him being up in the Fortress Age sooner.
Yeah, well, and not sending 8 skirms or going triple racks, so he's kind of done since 1,000 gold that he can't spend because he didn't build the extra racks that he needs.
Yeah, God, 1,800 gold. That is going to take a long time to spend. And these racks are quite far forward, meaning the skirmish. Okay, these ones are okay. Get a little bit of damage. There's Reuters creeping forward, having to bring them back. Certainly doesn't want to lose those.
Yeah, and Mitoe's behind the Reuter count, but luckily for him, it's not really that important right now. There's no cav switches coming from either side. And these Minutemen coming in as well to just kind of soak a little bit of HP will be quite helpful if they can get around.
Looks like blue getting back here. The reinforcement advantage of Mitoe starting to stack up and the skirmisher count evening out. We do have more reinforcing from blue.
Yeah, that was a really good exchange for Mitoe, and if you look across the map how Mitoe has distributed his vills right now, he's taking all of the middle hunts. So when we get to this later phase in the game where Knuschelbär runs out of these safe hunts that he's been gathering on, it's going to be a lot, like Mitoe's going to be in the defender's advantage situation. Ongoing skirmisher conflict here. Lots of riders falling for Knuschelbär. They're them sneaking ahead a little bit. Always dangerous to put your riders out in front. Leaves you open to that cap switch.
Simply because they take so much damage from the skirms, right? Just not cost effective. And yes, as you mentioned, the cap switch. Looks like Mitoe is going to be wanting to get back here, reinforcing skirmishes from the blue player.
Yeah, that seemed like another really good trade for Mitoe. The last two seem to be quite good. And infantry combat in for Knuschelbär, not yet for Mitoe. So
ooh, that could be. If Mitoe doesn't notice that, he might start taking fights that are it might not end up so well.
Yeah.
The fights he thinks that will go just fine are going to be a bit different.
I feel like, just looking at the XP, Mitoe should have a shipment that's almost in soon. That should be combat. But
you think
I could
so?
be wrong. It's yeah, there it is. There's combat.
There it is.
Okay, so he has combat in now. but Knuschelbär at the same time, you know, he's essentially a half shipment ahead in a way, right? Because he got the upgrades first. So Knuschelbär is noticing a dead a dead deer over here. Looks like he's gonna go try to poke at that, and Mitoe getting a little bit behind
that
him,
house
actually.
that house is doing work.
Right, really good positioning of that house. And
yeah, of course. And on RE patch, you could do that with a wall, but not here.
Yeah, and we're really starting to see the difference on the 1K gold. It just took a while because we didn't have the triple racks in there, but you'll notice that Mitoe's production has just been a little bit more consistent, and it's because of the extra gold that he was able to get.
Yeah.
Oh, look, even as a Vil heading over here to herd hunts. In a house up here, wow.
Those hussars are doing some work now. They've come back in, doing some damage. Infantry combat, the Colonial Age upgrade is in for Knuschelbär.
Yeah.
Here, though... Yeah.
But still, it's such a huge skirm deficit, which is what I'm sure we're going to mention. Making it quite hard for Knuschelbär to do anything here. And Mitoe's line of sight has just been crazy this game. Like, these Reuters are getting spotted by the house, so he doesn't even feel comfortable trying to raid. And, you know, at this point, I wonder if Mitoe just needs to get a few more Reuters out in the field to just be able to defend against raids, but because he's got such a huge skirmisher lead right now.
Are those three hussars the same ones? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they're still the same three.
Yeah.
Mitoe started to put some pressure up here in the middle of the map. Really, what we're just trying to watch are like the big the pressure and where the lines are, so to speak. Because Mitoe has a lot of vulnerable Vils on the left, and so if he doesn't have a good control on the left half of the map, he could get raided quite badly here. But as it stands, pushing in infantry attack just coming in and continuing to pressure with that skirmisher lead that he has.
The Reuters sieging that house in the meantime.
Yeah.
Whilst that is a huge skirmisher lead.
Yeah, this is like Knuschelbär has to run from this, but at the same time he can't because he's got this gold mine up here that's just right on the edge of the fight. And Reuters on the side also just gonna get cleaned up here quite nicely, I'm sure.
Yeah, Reuter on Reuter action.
Some of these skirms are just kind of walking away though. There we go. Lots of Reuters falling there, and the skirm count evening out a bit, but the Reuters falling is quite important as well. A few extra skirms sitting on the edge for Mitoe as well. He needs to pull those into the fight, but just continual skirm on skirm action here.
Yeah, I guess it's difficult to do any sort of tech switch in this matchup. There's no, like, I mean, France has cuirassiers, which are just these, you know, cavalry that already got veterancy tech on them. But for Dutch, they'd have to get the, you know, the Hussar upgrade and then start training them and then mass a reasonable amount. And I guess you always have Reuters in the back to avoid that kind of thing anyway.
Well, what'll happen is one player, if the player gets desperate or makes too many Reuters, they may try to use their Reuters to swing the fight.
Yeah.
Or if your opponent doesn't make enough Reuters and you have enough, then you want to make a Hussar switch. I think overall, Mitoe's made significantly less Reuters than Knuschelbär.
Yeah.
And Knuschelbär probably needed to try to sneak in a tech switch to Cav here. But as it stands, these skirms are cleaning up everything.
Yeah, and that's GG.
And that's game.
Fairly flavorless game, but well executed from Mitoe. A little bit of a hiccup early on, I think. That 1,000 gold sitting around for a while before getting used, but does, in the end, manage to make use of it, get a lot of units onto the field, and recover from, you know, Knuschelbär's earlier age up. A nice first game.
Yeah, that was quite nice. It's always good to see a standard kind of macro game as one of the first games people play.
Before we get into the, perhaps, other games.
Yeah, the other matchups.
So explain, why couldn't we see Falconers there? Well, what's wrong with those?
Well, as we were kind of talking about, the wood is quite hard to come by in this matchup, and so typically it's quite difficult. You could make a Falc switch too, but they're also just very slow moving. So while you're making your Falc switch, then the other person could just, in theory, build a culverin.
Foundry still 300 wood on ESOC patch.
It is 300 wood, and then the cannons cost 100 wood and take up half of a house. So.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Should they be 200 wood, like the stable and the racks? Or do you think
maybe, honestly, they might need to be. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't see any play right now, so it's very difficult to add cannons to any composition that you're making.
Yeah, I often see cannons, or at least for me, they end up becoming, oh, I have no hunt left, but I have access to mines, and I'm stacking tons of gold. What can I do with it? Sort of option.
Yeah.
All right, the map pools, by the looks of it, we have Fertile Crescent, Great Basin, Bonnie Springs, Grand Chaco, Hudson Bay, Florida, and Alaska. And now the players will name maps until only one is left. They're going to keep banning / vetoing maps until one map is left. H2 explaining it to Knuschelbär, who needs reminding. To begin with, we look like...
Looks like we've taken it. I pasted the latest list, so there's no... Like, once the map gets played, it's out of the list.
Oh, I see.
Hudson's been vetoed, so we've got 5 maps left here.
Damn, we need an overlay for that. We need to show all the maps on fire, and each time they name one, just the flames extinguish. Damn. What do you think of that?
That would be amazing.
Are you showing the overlay now? Can we get some PogChamps in the chat for the overlay?
I'm not showing the overlay right now, actually. I just have the veto process up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I want some PogChamps anyway, though. Don't let me down, champ. Yeah, this is how this works. Last time I did this, and nobody was upset, so it must be fine.
Last time we did it, remember? It was like every single game there was a full set of vetoes.
Yeah, I remember.
After game 1, loser, let's look at a map from the remaining map pool. Oh, okay, it's from the remaining map pool.
So Alaska is removed. From the remaining map pool. So it's the same as before, except Alaska isn't in it anymore.
Well, and Mitoe's ban is not in there.
And okay.
So he picks from these maps.
Sure.
Man, that's gonna get simpler after this. This was a swing and a miss on some of these. Alright, we're doing Fertile.
So is this the correct way around then? The maps are banned and then the civilizations are picked?
Yeah, that seems right. Alright, so then we get rid of Fertile Crescent, we still have Hudson for the future. And we've got 4 maps left. That seems wrong.
Alright, neither player can play Dutch. So we shall see where this ends up. Both players going to want to... Looks like we've... Fertile Crescent.
Okay.
All of those are trading post maps, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't... Neither player needs to be careful anymore in the respect that they can't, play British or a civilization, that does well on a non-CP map. They don't have to worry about that. There aren't any more no trading post maps. The Alaska we just played on was the only non-trading post map there, so that is something they don't need to consider. However, Iroquois has been selected.
Yeah, excuse me. This is interesting because we've been seeing a lot of people playing Euro lately, and seeing a lot of resurgence of just like Euro in general. So I know Knuschelbär also plays Euro, and I wonder what he'll do against it. It's a pretty long rush distance on this map, which is worth keeping.
I want to play Iroquois. I might play Iroquois as my next civ.
Yeah, they're pretty strong.
I was somewhere in between learning India last time I was playing actively. Oh, there are the PogChamps. One resident sleeper. Alright, so Iroquois on Fertile Crescent. Knuschelbär now gets to pick his civilization.
Yeah, and we'll see what he picks here.
Iroquois, any glaring weaknesses on this map in particular?
I don't really think... I feel like Euro's really good right now. I don't know how to beat them yet. I also don't play actively, so... Like the couple of games I've played against Euro, it felt like I should just mirror them. So that's what I've been doing. I mean, you could the civs that Knuschelbär typically plays are like Brit, India, and Euro. I've seen a lot of. Yeah, Portuguese seems to be the answer, and I wonder. It seems quite tough to deal with forest prowlers as Portuguese. I wonder if you could even if I were talking to Mitoe pregame here, I would wonder, can you even just FI against Port and just do light cannons? Like you just sit outside of his base and just shell him out of it.
I guess in Mitoe, we'll see what Mitoe thinks.
We will. It's the problem. If I'm casting, I can't help him. Not that he needs it.
Indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 2 in this best of 5 series between Mitoe and Knuschelbär for the semi-finals of the Grand Tour Season 1. This is the second semi-finals, apparently. How does that work?
It's the.
Oh, it's another game.
There's 2 matches.
Yeah, you're right. I understand that. That makes sense. It's the other match in the semi-finals. All right. Iroquois versus Knuschelbär.
All right, give me.
Iroquois
While
versus
you're introducing the
Portuguese.
players, I'm going to look at the hunts real quick.
Okay. Iroquois versus Knuschelbär. Yes, I think that sounds much better. Portuguese versus Mitoe.
This seems fine. They both have the first 3 hunts, which is what you can expect. There's 2 hunts in the middle, and then there's 2 hunts on the side-ish. So if anything, Knuschelbär's like 4/5th hunt might be a little bit far, and gold mine-wise, also everything seems fine.
Says Mitoe. Okay, we'll give Mitoe 1 sec to fix his hotkey. But speaking of Mitoe, here he is on the top of the map. In the same color as before, I think. Cyan, teal.
Yes, that would be Mitoe, always playing as teal, and I always have to friend or foe colors because it's so hard to see teal on the map.
50 wood, guarded by nothing. He's either killed the Guardian or one didn't spawn. I'm sure
he converted. He converted that line right there. Is that 50
there it is.
wood?
Yeah,
okay. I think you said 50 food for a second.
50 food? No, 50 wood. I had my pause screen on top of the line. I couldn't see it. Well, that's really annoying. I wonder if it's not working at all.
It's just got to be the Travoy hotkey. What?
That feels like something he needs to fix. Anyway, he's happy to continue.
Yeah, just gotta let Mitoe do his thing.
Alright, well, not collecting that 50 wood, I'm sure a villager will head on out over there, and on its way back we'll herd some of the deer back. In the meantime, though, looks like he's going for 100 food.
Yeah.
Apparently, delicious kiwi fruit worth 100 food. The lions really like kiwi, that's why they're guarding it, you see.
Yeah, doesn't seem correct, but I guess that's the way it is. Portugal, on the other hand, walking over here, just stumbling into a 90 wood, which is going to be quite a big help for him.
Yeah, tigers really like oak, you see. That is, wood's going to be very valuable, always. And he's got his market up. Has he got his text being research? No, he's probably already gotten the hunting dogs.
He may just get it off the 90 wood.
No, he hasn't got it yet. That 90 wood definitely going to be very helpful then, perhaps.
Never mind. He's mining for it. He's already got the wood.
I imagine what happened then is he didn't find the wood treasure until after he gathered the necessary wood, but still not able to incorporate it into his build order, but certainly a useful treasure that he'll be able to use later on. That wood definitely going to come in handy. Mitoe's still trying to get this 100 food. Looks like the Guardians have regenerated. Something went wrong. He's not lost too much life, so it's okay, but lost a significant amount of scouting time, so might forego another treasure as a result of that.
Yeah, he got to that point where it just keeps resetting, and you're like, you know what? At this point, I'm almost got another convert up. I'm just gonna wait. And
yeah.
And he's got 2 lions now in his favor. And the good news for him is that the Portuguese player is not stumbling into anything of value on the right. There's 30 XP in total. On the bottom of the map, also not too much, but a few small treasures. And really, the best treasures are in the middle for Mitoe to get. He can get the 5 pop cap and also this 40 coin.
You think 5 pop cap's good? It's only 50 wood, really, guarded by 3 tigers.
Yeah, I mean, it's the second best treasure still on the map. I mean, I'd rather have that than well, I guess maybe not, because there is also this 30 food, but it's still one of the better treasures that's left at this point.
At this point, yeah, absolutely. How do you feel about the geological survey? Is there much value in knowing where the mines are? I
think it's totally useless, because you generally find all the mines anyway.
Yeah, and very rarely is that going to be, unless maybe it like uncovers a trading post, but then you'd know where they are as well, so actually never mind. Perhaps it uncovers an interesting treasure. Mitoe picking up 30 XP, and now Blue coming across the most valuable treasure on the map, as H2A put it.
Yeah.
But still not totally high value, really. 50 wood, not that great. But let's take a look at Knuschelbär, switching over from food to wood. Now got his age up in queue, both players do. The difference here is Mitoe has his market and hunting dogs.
ATP.
ATP? I haven't got the thing on. Oh, ATP, yes. I suppose as Portuguese, that is certainly an option, but on this map, is it all that good? There's only, I guess there are 4 trading posts, but
each route has
2 separate routes.
Yeah, each route is truly separate, so it's always fine to do ATP. I wonder what he's going to do when his first TP he puts down is most likely also the TP that Mitoe will build here. I think he's just going to probably drop it right here where he stands.
Yeah, on top of this with his little army. God, that's a good. That is a really nice 345 HP Rhino. That's nuts.
Yeah, and a Tiger that can't be crack shotted as well. TP goes down here, so Knuschelbär's line's already a little bit messed with here, and he's walking back to this TP. I wonder, I think he was maybe hoping to do this and kind of triangle his way through to get them all, but if Mitoe walks up and takes another TP, that could really make, that would make the ATP shipment literally just 160 wood crates.
Which is obviously not good. Is that something Mitoe should do then? If he identifies that his opponent's gone for the ATP, should he build the second trading post just to deny his opponent value?
Yeah, I definitely think he should. And I think what he's going to do, though, instead is try to contain that town center wagon to prevent it from walking anywhere desirable. And as it stands, though, Knuschelbär just dropping it in base. So nothing really for Mitoe to deny here.
Yeah, the trouble with this map is it's like all the hunts, they always feel really far away.
You see where Mitoe's going?
Town center. Where is he going? His army of little warriors.
He's going up here. I think he wanted to stagecoach his own route.
Oh, I see. But he's going to get there and realize the trading post has been built. But at that point, he's going to know, hold on, that's not been... Oh, no, that's his foundation on top of... I clicked on it. It says 0 HP out of 2,500.
Yeah, well, where is Knuschelbär going to go now? Is he going to go down, or is he going to go... Okay, so this has been detected now by Mitoe. Looks like he's not going to go for the other one.
Mitoe now needs to figure out where the other route is, because he's going to want to... He knows for sure it's an ATP. It's shooting at him.
Yeah.
An advanced trading post. The question is finding the next one and building it. Firstly, they're going to pick up 30 XP. It's just sitting there, so why not? Let's take a look. 700 coin as Knuschelbär's first shipment. And he's stacking the resources to go straight to the Fortress Age. So fast Fortress on the cards here with ATV behind it.
He did the 500 food, like, super fast age up, and now Mitoe knows this TP's been taken as well. So by process of elimination, he now knows if he wants to take another TP, it will be the one in the corner. And I guess it looks like neither player is really too concerned with getting Stagecoach at this point. 4 cav out for Mitoe, 700 wood for Knuschelbär to aid in his transition to Fortress to get some goons rolling. And I think these 4 cav are going to be largely ineffective just because...
2 town centers on the
2 town centers close together, and the Egypt's already been clicked, so there's really...
There is that one stray villager on the very bottom of the map there near the pass. If he doesn't bring that back in time, that one is certainly vulnerable. We'll see where these cav go, and if they scout it, the Explorer might see it and then head over there. Will Mitoe notice it in time? Does he manage to kill it? Yeah. Oh, he does! My Knuschelbär, a villager down, not going to be pleased with that. And looks like that at the back there seems safe for now.
Yeah, well, and Mitoe also shipped 4 Kanya later, so those were 4 built Kanya. And with 8 cav, now we're talking about some serious delays to Knuschelbär's game plan. The Explorer dying, but out of line of sight, and Mitoe at this point content just to siege the town center. I guess he doesn't see these vills. I'm sure he wishes he could see them because he's just trying to build right now.
Do you not think, oh yeah, here we go, he's going to move up. Why the town center then? Why not siege a house or the most important building in the game, the market?
Yeah, he's waiting for the age up. He wants to catch the TC wagon.
Ah, I see. Okay, so he needs to stand next to the town center. I see.
The 5 Tamas are there for the exact same reason, and Knuschelbär has no way right now. He's got a villain queue, but he's got no way of realistically calling minutes here or denying the TC wagon kill.
Yeah,
he is doing a slow age up too, which is making this build time even more effective.
This is like the perfect answer then from Mitoe. 4 village. Okay, he sent Colonial Militia, so that's going to give him a bit of extra firepower here.
Yeah, so instead of getting the town center, he's now just going to get... He just now gets to force his opponent to send CM, and, you know, with the CM plus the slow age up, he's kind of done a lot of damage already. And we can see that just from the scores. Knuschelbär's score is sitting at 70 right now as he's just trying to get up.
Yeah, Colonial Militia, definitely, you know, a whole Fortress Age shipment, 1,000 resources worth, just being used for defense here. And now managing to get some villagers, well, getting the villagers back out. 3 Kanya not going to want to hang around under that town center fire. Villagers now only just getting back to work. Town center and aged up with 6 Cassadors. So we'll see what Knuschelbär can do from here, but Mitoe, a little bit of an advantage from that bell time.
And look at the town center placement again, just from that pressure. Really, the intangibles of having a town center that's placed in these type of positions is hard to put to words.
Oh, are they going to come and siege it? They're not going to kill it though, I don't think.
Yeah, he might do a couple hundred damage. The Cassadors should be enough to make him want to walk away.
Yeah. Even though the cav counter them, they're not gonna.
Oh, he's just gonna go
anyway.
Ah.
Nah, he can't under the town center fire. He thought about it.
Yeah. Plus where this town center is completely blocks off this choke, making it even more awkward.
Yeah. Well, looks like Knuschelbär did manage to get 3 trading posts, and he's not quite gotten the route upgraded. But I imagine that is something he's going to be doing or thinking about now that he's up and wood is available and the food's starting to roll in. Face off very quickly. I wonder what he spyglassed. We will.
I think he spyglassed some. I guess we don't know. It must have been in Mitoe's base, but Mitoe's still having fast up available from the looks of it. So again, like we were saying, that's when you get forced to do that slow age up, which did probably save his TC wagon, by the way. Had he gotten up any sooner, that you Mitoe would have had enough units just to kill it outright. But having to do that slow age up gives your opponent the ability to just catch right back up, even if they click up way after you, which is what we're seeing right now. As Mitoe is now going to be able to switch into Fortress Age units without any trouble here.
Yeah, and he's like got a 10-vil lead. Like, he's pretty pleased, Mitoe, at the moment. And he's got most of his upgrades as well. He got hunting dogs and he got great feast. I think he did that when he couldn't build the trading post. He instead used the wood to research great feast at the farm.
Look at
those two.
Yeah.
2 Kanyas being chased down by a tomahawk.
He's trying to pull his explorer. You see that? He's trying to pull it to save it. And,
there it goes. He's sprinting.
Yeah,
Whoa.
he's just gonna keep pulling it like that. Oh my gosh! And the eagle eye into re-pulling it. Oh, finally gets snared here, and that was really good positioning by Knuschelbär though to know that the most important place for his small army to be was right by the Euro Explorer, and Mitoe going for that revive maybe a little too soon there and loses his Explorer again, which is a big deal with the amount of upgrade potential that it provides your units. Fort going down for Knuschelbär over here, and the forest prowlers are walking right to it because this dead animal.
Damn.
Yeah, really going for the map control and turtle type approach, but these forest prowlers, even by themselves, represent some siege damage that the fort needs to be aware of. Look at that, dropping. This is barely enough to kill the fort.
They go down so quickly, forts.
Yeah.
It's so brutal. If he loses this fort, that's going to be so huge. Like, this is his main game plan, right? Just sit here and turtle with the colonial militia and be defensive and use the 3 town centers to get his economy back on track. Like, look how quickly he's caught up. He was 10 vils down, but now only 4. 4 is going to go up by the looks of it, so this isn't going to be so catastrophic. Perhaps Mitoe felt a bit out of position with just forest prowlers and not really a lot to protect them.
Yeah, and still able to do he still able to get 2,500 damage, but the fort is being repaired, and it looks like Knuschelbär feels comfortable just kind of holding with the 2 hunts that he has remaining. 1,000 cords of wood coming in.
Yeah, I think. Like me, here just going to get his upgrades in. Hasn't got stagecoach. Oh no, that is the stagecoach guy, isn't it? Yeah, the little rickshaw men. Get his upgrades and use the wood for infrastructure and important stuff.
Yeah, and at this point we got to look at Mitoe's deck, which does have the good industrial age cards, meaning 4 light cannons and then the appropriate crates. So if he does opt to go for an industrial age play to deal with the turtle, that may be one of his few options at this point. Because if he keeps going Fortress Age units, I'm not sure what he'll be able to do against a turtle with CM and 3 TCs in a fort all hugging each other.
Yeah. What is the appropriate response then? I mean, as a European civilization, you could go up to industrial.
It's boom and go H4, I think. Knuschelbars are already going H4 as well, so it's just such an interesting build we're seeing from him, going for a turtle FI, and looks like Mitoe instead thinks he can just break it.
6 Kenya, he just wants to keep pushing out units and try and do some damage. I mean, there's not a lot of military on the field for Mitoe here, so it's this is still going to be quite effective over here, where there's only 1 town center. He's just ignoring the fort, and those units could get caught out and killed. Certainly killed a villager there, and might kill quite a few here as well. 2 going down. Is he going to lose all of those villas?
I think he will.
Damn.
And Knuschelbär clicked up during all of this. He has no resources for CM right now, and no mines. Oh, he does have a mine to mine on. But he doesn't have the resources he needs yet for CM, and even if he does call it, there's 20 Kanya there to tank. Minutemen do very poorly versus hand cav just because of how tanky they are.
Yeah.
So that stands though. Mitoe is getting run around a little bit here into multiple TC fire.
Yeah, being dragged towards that fort.
2 halls trained from the fort. Knuschelbär has no racks, so that was the only way he could have gotten those halls out. It's very clever. And at this point, there's now 3 TCs shooting at Mitoe's units. I'm not sure how much more damage she could possibly... And they all have 10 vills in them, except for the main one.
How do you feel about halbs?
Halbs are really good if they pop out and they're able to swing on things, much which is what you learn when you play the card scenario a few times.
Yeah.
I wonder, is Mitoe going to just siege this fort down after he kills out these units?
I think that's exactly what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
interesting.
he's only in range of one town center there, and he's got enough units to present a threat to this fort.
Just look at
Neutral
how much
almost
damage
up
it
to
does,
the.
though. Jesus, he's killed 5 forest prowlers now, 6 forest prowlers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually he's actually taking quite. Infantry combat has arrived. Maybe that will give him a little bit more of an edge killing this. He's bleeding out quite a lot fighting this.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of siege damage on these units.
I think he's just done what you want the fort to do, which is buy you a ton of time. Although he has lost the fort, and Knuschelbär again, although he's industrial, what does he have shipments wise? He has he does have Almeti and 2 heavy cannons, but none of the other shipments that you want here. And the fort does go down with 10 vills inside of it. Are those all going to die? Because if they do, that would be worth it.
Oh no, they won't all die.
A lot of them died.
Some of them do.
Died. 4 or 5 of them, and all these vills are now trapped in a town center. And it looks like, sure you're industrial, but you're just going to be clicking the CM button anyway, so...
Yeah.
You could have done that in Fortress Age.
He can fix his economy with factories, but really I think he wanted to be at least even at this point.
Yeah, I think Mitoe's just going to do the keep making units and go from there approach.
Yeah.
Another 4th town center going down, too. It's just...
Is that the one from the town center? The aging
wagon,
Genitors. Interesting.
Yeah, I guess
how much range?
I don't know how much. It gives them not as much as it used to.
They got 16 range. The Forest Prowler has 20 range, so that's... I mean, still, it's enough.
Yeah, and Mitoe continuing to go Forest Prowler Kanya. This is probably the right composition, because you need the Forest Prowlers to keep the goons at bay, and hand cav is the right thing when your opponent's turtling and you're trying to get in. Building a siege workshop. I wonder what's going to come out from that.
Siege workshop units. What's he got in there? He needs to be industrial for cannons, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got rams and mantlets.
Oh, okay.
I think he's just gonna make like 3 rams or something, and just use those to soak. But the factories are starting to come out, and Knuschelbär seems to have stabilized quite nicely here. The fort was down, and many vills were lost. But as we mentioned before, a 10 vill deficit is pretty easy to make up with factories. So, and now he's going out for some goon raids, which probably are going to buy him all the time he needs. Quite frankly, with forest prowlers now having to walk back. I like this play though. All the Kanya are walking into his base, recognizes that there's all of Knuschelbär's army is likely right up here, and that he can probably develop everything.
Yeah, those goons certainly aren't a threat, right? They're on the other side of the map, so these cannies can just run in and do whatever they want. Do you reckon they could take that factory out? I don't think so. There's a couple of goons there.
Yeah, they couldn't plus 3 TCs of CM. It's a lot of CM. I mean, this is why you need to get H4, is just because the cost of trying to beat CMTCs with just Fortress Age regular units is very high.
Okay.
And then another factory comes in.
Yeah, and he's still got his heavy-duty cannons.
Yeah, now with the combination of the raid and the 2 factories, he's going to be up by 20 vills, just like that.
Yeah.
The goons are getting caught out and thinned out a little bit, which is quite good for Mitoe. He needs to do that.
He does have... he doesn't... He's got 2 rams in queue, Mitoe does. He's only just queued them, though.
Yeah, this is his last chance, quite frankly. I mean, look at the 2 factors are now up and stabilized. They're both producing resources. The goon count's going to get very sizable very soon. So if he's not able to catch these goons and then make a play with the rams, he's catching them. He's caught them.
And there's Forest Prowlers here to back it up.
Yeah,
a few more entering there. Great. Can he just cut a few back and just run with them?
Yeah, what he has to do, but he's lost a ton of goons here. And now there's just a huge ball of Forest Prowlers and 5 rams in queue, which is good because he's kind of all in on this ram play. I've never seen rams win a game, so
6 rams.
yeah, he knows that that's his only chance here is to win now. And looks like steam power is coming in, so both his factories sitting on gold now. That's going to give him an even bigger economy. And Mitoe, interestingly enough, is sneaking around the side here. He's going to try to go 1 TC at a time, or where is he going? He's got to get those rams in play soon.
Yeah, he's finding a good position to go in, but this is it, right? This is where he needs to make something happen. The factories, as you mentioned, are upgraded. They're rolling in lots of eco. He really needs to go soon, because the next shipment is probably going to be 2 heavy cannons or something really powerful.
And also just look at Knuschelbär's resource spent. He's stacking a lot of resources, which we see a lot with when people do F5 builds, because they're just not the typical build. And so, I mean, imagine all those resources are spent right now, and this would be already game. So really, this is it. And there's the 2 heavy cannons, just like you said, rounding out that army nicely.
Oh, that's going to be so hard to deal with, especially with those goons on top. Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
And we know how strong they are from cards as well.
Right. Look at those Rams, though. They're actually doing some work here. 9 Tomahawk shipment. Mitoe couldn't be any more committed to winning on this Ram push.
Yeah, but you can't take out... The heavy cannons have basically stopped this. They've stabilized right there, especially with CM. Like, he can spend those resources that are stacking with CM anyway, so that's fine. Trying to take them down, but like those cannons, Canyon horsemen just dropping like flies against all these dragoons, and plus 12s everywhere.
Yeah,
and now having to get out.
He's stabilized. He's gotten the town center, but at what cost, right? I mean, the Rams themselves cost more. That he lost cost more than the town center to rebuild.
I don't think he cares at this point about a town center. What's it really supplying? It's certainly not making more vills. Well, it might be, but he's got 3 other town centers to do that. It's done what it was supposed to do, right? It's just a bunch of HP. Building a wall. He doesn't want to, he just needs to make sure he doesn't randomly lose any vills to a silly raid. Just add this little bit of protection here. Just take that necessary caution. Let's take a look up at where the goons are. Trying to kill a few vills there. Forest prowlers are going to repel them. But when the heavy cannons get up here, that's going to put a stop to that. Where are the heavy cannons? I can't see them. Oh, here they are. They're in base. Yeah.
Which one?
As soon as they make their way out, there's heavy cannons in base. They just need to make their way out, and they'll.
I don't even think he intends to leave. I think he intends to just sit there. And the thing is, he has to make a full plantation switch and mill switch very soon.
Well, the blue player.
Yeah, he may try to get up to this gold mine. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, can't he go for the center map gold mine?
Oh, I was thinking the one up here, but just kind of play that line he has going up along his wall, like up through here.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's the advantage Mitoe has, is he still has the map, still has more military units, but obviously the disadvantages are starting to stack up as Jinnite Dragoons are now on the field too.
That's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, and Knuschelbär has now got, like, with the factories providing his coin income, he actually doesn't need to have mines.
Perhaps the Rams were too little, too late. Even when that little window, there wasn't even.
It was the 2 heavy cannons, exactly like you said, that did it. And maybe with the heavy cannons wandering this far up, they could get sniped. They're not immune. I believe that spyglass is probably on top of the army, so Knuschelbär knows what his opponent has. And if Mitoe's not going to kill these heavy cannons now, then when is he going to kill them? To your point, there's just going to be more and more goons being made. Oh, and it got 2 on the back end somehow. What the fuck?
How did that happen?
The Italians
must have been
are
area
here.
damage. The Gaia squad's arrived.
Yeah.
Here they go. Damn.
At the worst pot. Wow, that was like 10 turns.
Yeah, he's just focusing down the heavy cannons, but I think as soon as he sees these Almeti, that's going to be game.
Yeah, the Almeti are
just going to tap out here.
Yeah, Almeti are just a very good unit.
Lancers on steroids.
Yeah.
Gaia won the game. Won the game.
The Italians ended the game.
Nice.
Yeah, Mitoe just completely mishandled the CM, which he's recognizing here. He kind of had to go H4 himself and park.
Do you think there was an opportunity to build an artillery foundry sooner and start making rams sooner?
I just think I think with the army he had, he probably shouldn't have gone for the fort as well. He probably should have just started sieging down some town center, but maybe overall he should have been H4 with light cannons to have a chance against a turtle like that. Yeah.
Well, Knuschelbär takes the game. The score's 1-1. That was quite an interesting game. It was only 5 minutes longer than the previous one.
Exactly. It was just a lot. It was like the turtle versus the typical H3 pressure.
Yeah.
Where did those 9 tomahawks go? By the way, maybe do we even see them?
I don't know.
I didn't see them.
I think Mitoe just committed to sending unit shipments early on, and at that point was following that line and thought, I can't really deviate from here, that would just be weird. And then just got locked into a line of play that maybe he didn't think was great, but had to go for it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what's in store for the next one. Neither player can choose Dutch. It's a Dutch mirror in the first game. Mitoe also cannot play Iroquois. Knuschelbär cannot play Portuguese. We're now going to have a list of maps, and players will veto maps until only one map is remaining. That map will be the map they play on. Once we've selected a map, Mitoe will select, Knuschelbär will pick a civilization, and then Mitoe will select his afterwards.
Correct. Oh, we definitely did this the right way last time. I forgot. We didn't do a full veto last time. Because I remember typing out what we do.
What do we do? The Carjadeers have arrived. Just reading the chat. Carjadeers for the win. Literally was. No, it was more like heavy cannons for the win. But...
yeah.
What a brutal unit.
CM for the win. Mitoe got worked over by that colonial militia. Town center damage.
I have a question. How do you feel about one heavy cannon as a Fortress Age shipment?
That would be. I would send it probably. One heavy cannon is just. Heavy cannons are just really good.
That's what you think. Yeah, Azam's got a point. You said something along the lines of he's wasted a card on Colonial Militia.
Yeah, and I think he did. I think he did waste a card. He could have wasted that card on CM. That was the benefit of the push, right? But
okay, and you feel like
gone H4
Mitoe just mismanaged it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Mitoe just played into CM, which obviously you can play. Anything can be played into, but in sort of the theoretical chess game there, I think that was the advantage he got from the cav. From the cav in his opponent's base at that time, and then he just didn't use it correctly after that.
Should have built my Tarsiers.
Looks like we vetoed Grand Chaco.
Super Napoleon thinks the map should be selected in advance on the forum. I don't know how I feel about that. In the ideal world, we should be mentioning what the remaining maps are and then discussing why they've vetoed which ones. And, you know, I think it's interesting to see it all happen live. We're just not bringing that to life, so that's our fault.
Yeah.
Napoleon.
Well, it looks like Florida's been picked, speaking of that, so we do have Florida as the next map. There's water on the side of this map, and there's that TP line that you can't really stagecoach well, so this is where you might see civs that can sneak onto water, or maybe an Asian civ with a new kind of water meta. Wow, I just got baited into clicking on that one. Someone sent me an inappropriate message over PM.
Okay, I won't ask.
You can see it in 3 minutes.
I can't. I don't have the stream running.
Okay. Well,
It doesn't matter.
Internet issues, right?
Well, I could run it. I just don't. I'm not going to. Yes. Oh God, I ache from the paintballing. Damn, every part of my body aches. I was like an army man for a brief time.
In like a child's play war, and you're still suffering.
I was crawling on all fours in mud and stuff, like in this like camo onesie.
I would pay to see that.
It was great. It was so much fun. We were like pushing up. There was a big all of the people I was playing with were my friends. So, like we were like, right, I'll cover you. We'll start shooting. You go to the next barricade. So my friend waddles out from behind this bush and runs up to the next bush to hide behind. Whilst we're like shooting in randomly off into the distance at nothing in particular. You never been paintballing?
No, I've never been paintballing, but it sounds like I should after this.
It's good fun. Once you get over the fact that the paintballs sting, then you can play.
French looks to be the pick.
Oh, I ache, is basically the point I'm making. Yes, French has been selected by Mitoe for Florida here. Neither of these civs are, sneaky water ones, as you mentioned, but anything's possible now with the schooner's change, therefore making French more viable to go on water, just because the base wood cost has been reduced. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3 in this best of 5 series between Mitoe and Knuschelbär for the round of semi-finals.
The round of semi-finals.
Yes, the round of semi-finals.
Sounds great.
Yeah, that's how that works. That's the technical correct whatever it is. Saving EP recorded game. So, we'll start with checking the hunts, I suppose. We'll let H2O do that. And I'll talk to you a bit about Florida. We start with a market. The crate start appears to be 1 wood, 1 coin for both players, plus the usual. So British here starting with 2 wood and a coin. France with 1 wood and a coin. Hunting dog's going to be fairly easy to get as a result of starting with a market.
Map seems fine to me.
Map seems fine to H2O. Splendid. So we'll be seeing hunting dogs. I wonder if Brits will go for it. I can't imagine why they wouldn't. I think, though, I think France is benefiting more from starting with a market, just because British has something to do with the wood anyway, whereas French wouldn't unless they were to build a market there. So I reckon, that's something small, but overall, that's...
yeah, and Mitoe coin buying here to build a TP straight away, using his crack shot in between, setting that up to just clear out a 40 XP treasure. Not because he wants that treasure, but because that's just the thing he could crack shot.
There's no reason not to. It's going to recharge.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for... it almost looks like he's going to go for hunting dogs as well, which is good. It'll be interesting to see if he can 50. Do that without idling at all. I guess he does have this 40 food, which he's going to start now. 80 wood being run into by a Knuschelbär. Every game so far he's ran into a nice 80, 90 wood treasure right at the beginning of the game, which has been quite helpful.
What a hero.
Right. I wonder if he's going to take it. Oh, he's already used his crack shot on something, so...
That's just what happens when you get to this higher level. You just, walk into treasures more frequently. That's just how that works.
Yeah, the fact that he went for the 100 XP, though, is going to make it so that way, if, Mitoe has a chance to walk up on this. I think maybe Mitoe's seen this. I don't know. We'll see where his Explorer goes.
We will. 80 wood, though. Looks like Knuschelbär is going to grab, not too hard. Crack shot the pirate.
Yep.
It looks like that's what he's going to do. God, the pirate is absolutely, has so much health.
Yeah, the pirate has so much stats. Yeah, Mitoe does have that treasure scattered from the sheep, and looks like he's going to be able to get there. So the 100 XP is putting him at risk of getting stolen here. And, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens, absolutely. He's going to now go straight onto hand combat versus the Blue Explorer there. He wants to get onto find a nice little corner to get onto the treasure at, which I'm not really sure how to describe. I think Knuschelbär goes down just before, grabbing himself 80 wood, so he's going to be pleased with that. As a result, though, has almost lost all of his hit points fighting the blowgunner, and then having the Explorer called Screw You on him as well. Looks like he's going to try and walk back towards his base, get as close as he can home. Maybe, is he snared?
Desnared.
He's nice!
Mitoe needs to Kaiser climb this.
What's that?
Kaiser climb is where you just always shoot at your opponent's Explorer like this and just chase them down the entire game.
That's the technical term, is that he's going to Kaiser. I think he's going to get it. If not, he's going to get very, very close.
I think shot should do it or 0 HP. We'll see. 0 HP.
Oh, 0 HP.
And he's got it.
He's got it. He's going to take a couple of shots, exactly 2 shots from that town centre, but did idle his opponent's food there, so that's not too bad. I think overall, definitely worth. Gets that treasure, kills his opponent explorer. Going to be really pleased with that. And now heading on home is because French is going to be wanting to put down a trading post, I would imagine. Going for 60 food in the meantime. Mitoe now switching over to, should now be switching over to wood. Yeah, there we go. Villagers going through the town centre. Going to be grabbing the wood there. And once he picks up this treasure, we'll be able to slam down a trading post just in time. Really nice things. British, similar. Aging up, villagers all on wood.
Yep, and if you look at the herding situation, Knuschelbär again has his hunts very well herded. You got a villager coming out here to establish some sense of map control. And Mitoe chopping, as you said, a ton of wood. Looks like he's going for placer mines, and he will not be going for a second TP in transition. Knuschelbär waiting for maybe Virginia Company. He's got so much wood stacked. I almost think that Virginia Company has to be on its way right now.
Yeah,
that was no shipment as well. It's definitely coming. So
you'd never stack up all this wood otherwise, right? If you're going to build a trading post, you'd have done it. Or maybe he's waiting for the explorer to come back to life. No, we're more like
this is Virginia Company. It's coming in. It's got to be here any second. Look, he is
he's
going for a
build-
TP.
He's going to make one, starting with the villager there, just to get it down. We'll come back to that in a moment. Looks like the forward villager has been scouted. There's the Virginia Company. Has been scouted by Mitoe. Now idle, that villager, being attacked by a native scout.
Yeah, and Mitoe nicely keeping that villager occupied and doing enough damage to it by never getting punched here to fully deny the ability to house that. And yeah, meanwhile, though, Knuschelbär spending all his wood. You can see 5 houses being placed just now, and a outpost has come out for him. So he's gone with whatever that politician's name is that gives you the tower and 200 gold.
The governor. No. The quartermaster. No.
This is where we need Zuda. He always knows the random names of the politicians. It's like,
No,
he's aging with the quartermaster. I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck the quartermaster does.
Oh god, I did know it. You've really, wow. You've sparked something in me to know. I think it's the governor.
You can mouse over it if you want to in the UI, the H2HF tech complete, and I'll tell you.
Text complete.
As it stands, though, full map control.
It is the governor.
Still for it is the governor. Very good. The quartermaster gives you the wood, I think. And then, anyway, so 75 wood coming in here for Knuschelbär. This is kind of exactly what he wants with this greedy build, is to have no pressure on him. But there is a Sir Callan-esque type stable in the middle of the map here. Maybe we'll see some high APM raids happening when these 5 Hussar hit the field. And Knuschelbär does have a Rax up and just got his first musket in queue, which may be a little bit slow considering he has to cover hunts, in so many different places.
Yeah. He has got a tower though. He can quite easily garrison. We'll see. Musks will be coming out at some point.
Yeah, it really just depends on how good Mitoe is about getting these 5 cav to the vulnerable points on the map. This hunt's been abandoned. There's 2 hills back here to get. There they are.
Only 4 cav though, so that could be a factor. Now approaching.
3
You've
muskets
seen
in queue. 4 muskets get out, and Mitoe knows where they are from the native scout. Gonna try to grab this village.
low HP villager, not going to go down.
Yeah, Knuschelbär on top of it, and really he actually left this outer hunt as well, so he's totally consolidated his position here, and he's under no threat from the raid. So I think he's pulled off the Virginia Company quite nicely.
Good stuff. Steel traps now coming in for blue. So lots of eco here. He's got his Gangsaw as well. He's got his Virginia Company. Tons of houses going down. I think Knuschelbär going to be quite pleased with where he is, and still quite a bit of food there. The Hussar's going for a villager, though it's going to be fine. He's going to get into the house. Does lose half its HP, and going to lose a Hussar there. So Mitoe cav count dwindling, and in the meantime, Knuschelbär just stacking up economic stuff, and he's going to be really pleased with his position.
Look at that. He's Mitoe dropping 2 Raxes here. Looks like he's going for the full Samwise build, perhaps. He's housed, though, so he's got to get the house up before we can know for sure.
Huh. How do you feel about it? I feel like there's the Fortress Age option, and then there's this Stay Colonial and a Crossbowman. He's really going for the Colonial, he's committing to the Colonial Age, absolutely.
Yeah, I like that decision. And the reason why I like that decision is because it's unexpected, and I would argue that Mitoe's already in kind of an awkward position here, and maybe if he's able to get the 8 bow plus 10 muskets, he can just walk into Knuschelbär's base and catch him having no units, which is what it looks like. He's going for only He's got a grand total of 9 infantry versus 20 infantry and 4 calves. So those calves do need to stay at high HP because he needs to have the calf to be able to snare and force the position here. But
here comes a bunch of stuff all at once. That outpost's going to have scouted them though. 8 crossbowmen and roughly 10 musks coming around the corner. These houses are supplying reasonable line of sight.
Yeah,
they're like acting as a barricade. It's to funneling him in through basically the stagecoach routes.
Yeah, Knuschelbär knows exactly what he's doing. But look at the remaining hunts for Knuschelbär. They're all right here, away from the town center, and
look at these calf
zoning it out. Yeah,
he's going to take out a village. Kills the explorer there. He's pushed off by musketeers in hand combat. Looks like those crossbows getting a couple of volleys off on that longbowman there. But Mitoe overwhelming the British player in terms of numbers here. There is a town centre and that
explorer reviving snare and Minutemen.
That's going to be enough to have equal army count, perhaps more. Those Cav still not really doing it. Okay, managed to get out of here, but lost a few units. Perhaps a good exchange for Knuschelbär.
Yeah, very good exchange for him. Killing, was it 5 muskets and 6 muskets and
was that a misclick?
Yeah, it looks like it might be. Knuschelbär is aging at the same time while having equal army and more bills, so pretty much everything's going his way at the moment. 10 more bows coming in. These are going to have to do a ton of damage with that age up already in the works. 700 gold coming in for Mitoe as well, and it looks like he may be looking to transition this into an age up after this pressure.
Yeah, potentially Cav as well, but more likely the age up. We'll see what he has in mind. Explorer goes down, the Cav pushing forwards there. Going to go on top of a Vil. Vil's going to the town centre. Hussars now moving on to the army, but all going to go down. Walked in, got shot, and the infantry wasn't able to get any supporting fire in. So lost a few units. They're not going to be too pleased with that exchange. And now leaving Knuschelbär halfway up to the next stage. Pretty good, even military, and significant.
Mitoe will beat him up with the fast age up, and the
other
thing to keep in mind is like France should be doing more things like this. I think because France can't do anything in particular very like all in. Like you can't all in boom, you can't all in rush. You have to kind of take a balanced approach, and so by putting a little bit of pressure on the Brit player, you're kind of forcing them away from their desire, which is to fully boom. And we'll see if he's been able to stall it enough. I'm not sure he has. It could have been a more effective push with Knuschelbär still up by 11 bills.
Has found a house to take out.
Yeah.
As it's a Virginia Company 1, it's perfectly fine to kill it. Well, actually, no, it's not. Perhaps this is
he could just rebuild it for 95 wood. I mean,
exactly.
He has. It's the line of sight that you have to deny, and you do get the 56 XP as we saw there, which is helpful.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I mean, I don't think he'll even. Oh, he is rebuilding it right away, so it will convert straight away into another villager.
Okay. Well, line of sight denied, I suppose, and the scout is taking its place there. Both players up to the fortress age. Let's take a look at text being researched. We can expect to see colonial upgrades here. Yeah. We got veteran longbowman coming in just now for the blue player. So
yeah, 2 falconets from Mitoe. I wonder what Knuschelbär is going to send with his first shipment here.
We'll see what he can get done. Maybe an infantry upgrade. Does that have 8
settlers?
settlers?
Wow. Damn. He has so many bills, but no hunts to control pretty soon.
That feels very greedy to me.
That feels very greedy to me too. We'll see how he's going to manage to make this work. 5 cures on the floor as well. And Mitoe's perfectly macroed.
That could be really tough now, not having anything, like a falconet shipment of his own to neutralize the falconet pressure. And his army's just infantry, aside from a couple of goons that he's managed to make. But Mitoe's infantry is at least equal, definitely, actually stronger. Plus cuirassiers as well. These longbowmen getting quite a bit far forward.
Yeah.
And thankfully, he's seen those cuirassiers with his trading post there, so he's going to be able to get back. 10 longbowmen here as well. Okay, and he's got a nice. He's going to lose that trading post, but at least in his base he can feel. Well, but I don't know. Look, he can be seen. The stagecoach is supplying line of sight to Mitoe.
Yeah. So he's going to go and force the issue here, which I think is probably smart. Hopefully not too hard. Like now he may want to run. Yeah. Because really, like Mitoe doesn't have to end the game now. The hunts are not out yet for the Brit player, so he's not quite at that point of the game yet. There's still. This is the last hunt before Knuschelbär has to make something happen here. Minutemen nicely on the flanks out here, providing line of sight for a future hunt. But as it stands now, Knuschelbär is really kind of pinned in the corner of his base.
So what does Mitoe do with these two falcons? Obviously, killing the houses isn't amazing. He's going to kill that. It looks like he's taking a volley on that. He's going to kill that.
I think you just slow roll the houses, yeah, because, I mean, no one cares. The number of bills Knuschelbär has does not matter if he cannot gather food from a hunt with them. And so he's going to take out houses for XP and just kind of keep his cannons out on the map. See, he'll be poking at this gold mine now, taking a few more bills here.
Yeah.
Knuschelbär is not going to spend resources, I would imagine, to rebuild housing at this point in the game. That would just be incredibly greedy.
Yeah. 8 skirmishes coming out for Mitoe. So, how about, why isn't Mitoe, trying to harass the food piles with his skirmishes or something like that? I guess we'll talk about that later. 2 cannons of blue coming out. Going to get some shots on those teal infantry units. Yeah, taking a couple of damage there, but now Mitoe's aware of the presence. Volley of longbowmen coming on the skirms and finishing off the weakened skirmishers. Oh, that range really adding some value there.
And these 10 muskets, I wonder if they get spotted, because they could do a lot of havoc. It's like 15. But,
they're heading down the other end of the map.
This is sort of the big. We have to watch the big fight now. Mitoe's cannons are packed and not here for the fight, and they're gonna. Oh, they can get shot! No! Oh no!
Mr. Professional Mitoe not going to be dodging cannons today. Oh, no. He tried to do it.
That was just such an expensive exchange for Mitoe, losing both falcons for free, and now he's just gotta face the longbows, even with the cannons just swinging away.
I think he was just trying to be a professional. In a previous game, Mitoe dodged culverins like Neo from the Matrix, but not today.
Yeah, it looks like a couple pikes coming up, but Knuschelbär is out of hunts as we discussed. Look at these muskets down here denying the hunting for Knuschelbär. Meanwhile, going in the back of Mitoe's base and picking up one of the TPs, which he does have stagecoached with 3 huts running around. There's just a ton of
so dumb.
There's a ton of very small conflicts going on around the map right now, and Knuschelbär is taking advantage of the chaos to set up in this position of the map to get his next hunting.
Yeah, and that's going to bring quite a lot of hunt with it as well. He's got access
to
to
get that TC up. He'll be in a great spot. And
yeah,
now 5 dragoons out for
going
Mitoe.
to defend that trading post near a gold mine and those turkeys as well. This is a really nice trading post and definitely wants to be getting that up. Let's take a look at these musks. Skirmisher army on the way back here. This could spell trouble. Musketeers, not a huge, fastly moving unit, and going to get easily cornered here at the back of the map there by a couple of skirmishers. The dragoons, in the meantime, defending off a hussar. Yeah, where are these musks going to go?
Sure. It doesn't really matter where they go. The fact they pulled back the skirms, they've done their job. Killed 1 villager and a TP.
Do you feel like that's worth? I feel like, there's at least 1,500 resources worth of musks here.
Yeah, that's about all a musket's going to do in a fortress stage.
You think so?
Yeah.
What if they were mixed in with the skirmishes or the longbows or something?
Yeah, the problem is their range is different, so they never get to fire unless they're up in front, and then they just die. So, I think that was a good use of them. 1 hussar here picking up 2 bills, and they also, the intangible, buying the time to set up this TC.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
So, as it stands, Mitoe's got to make something happen here on that town center, otherwise he's probably going to be boxed out of the game here. And that's going to be really tough to do when Knuschelbär has a larger military population and a lot of hussars mixed in there.
This is looking quite tough. Look at the score. It's like, when one player has 200 and something and the other has 100 and something, Mitoe's not going to be feeling too good about this. The Falc's parked, slow rolling these military buildings. That rack's now about half HP. And Mitoe not going to be able to get too close to defend these. The cannon's just going to redirect fire onto the military infantry. Hussars everywhere by the looks of it, or Minutemen.
Yeah, a couple hussars everywhere, and
right, if Mitoe doesn't know, he's noticed now. I think it might be worth just fighting those 2 huss. Oh no, he's got goons on the way. Never mind.
Yeah,
but still, losing a few villagers there. That's not too good.
Yeah, if we look at units lost, Mitoe's lost 8 CDB to 7 villagers, and it's creating a huge economic deficit. He still hasn't rebuilt the TP that's gone down, and now he's starting to lose military infrastructure as well.
Yeah, he does, however, have a culverin in queue. I think it's almost ready to pop. If he can get another, or maybe 2, So, well, maybe not. If he can get some culverins out on the board and take out those cannons without losing any HP on the culls, maybe this is the opportunity to swing back. He's got a mostly skirmisher army, which is going to do quite well against the dragoons and the skirmishers there. Pardon me, the longbowmen there. Starting to add hussars, though, that could be the problem.
The cav pike raid is happening right now. We don't do that too often.
What are you doing? I wonder why he made pikes. Did he accidentally tap pikes into the longbow? So he must have done.
He was mixing a few pikes.
We do have culverin out though. Is it going to be able to do any work? Is the trouble? Doesn't look like it's managed to do anything yet. Wait, has it? No. Well, the cannon's already dead. Am I an idiot?
Yeah,
I think so. Oh, okay. We missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, we watched it. We watched it happen. The might have lost another 5 or 6 vills up here on the hunts.
Oh, Yemen getting in as well. The range.
Yeah, at this point, it's just going to be probably rolling over Mitoe here with the more than double economic lead. These huts are just causing him so much grief. They're still not even cleared out.
They are now.
No, there's two back here too.
Oh, really? He probably thinks that's the last of them. But in the meantime, losing a house, losing a barracks, he's gonna have to rebuild all this stuff. All he's got is artillery foundry, and that's artillery foundry is so expensive just to make one culve. That culve actually costs
300 wood, 400 gold. Yeah, or 400 wood, 400 gold. Yep, it's like a full Fortress Age shipment for that.
Well, actually, when I hover over it, the cost is actually 400 gold and 100 exports. So never mind.
Oh, not for me.
No, it's because I'm India.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird, actually. Anyway. A bit of a look at all those skirms. The longbows firing volleys now against the skirmishers, which is the stronger unit at this point.
In this case, there's just way more skirms than there are longbows, so that's why we're seeing this go the way it is.
Okay. And not able to use the range advantage. He does, interestingly, have the Seminole Bow upgrade, which is actually really, really good.
Then they're actually way stronger. It's 30% attack or something.
Yeah, it's a really powerful upgrade. Oh god, so many hussars. I think we'll just see him tap out here.
Where are the many hussars? Oh, on the right of the top. Ooh. Mitoe's just gonna force the fight here because he has to.
Yeah, he's just so we'll see how this fight goes, and maybe depending on this, Mitoe will see how he feels about the game. He has to win convincingly here this fight to.
He's not going to the Seminole Bow upgrade.
Exactly. I think British are a good choice then on this map because of the Seminole Bow upgrade.
Yeah, Brits are very strong on this map. It's got everything that you could want. Although he has won this fight, what good does it do when you've got 20 vills to 70? You know. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe a miracle can happen and Mitoe's going to be able to kill 45 vills with his army that he's got right here. There's a lot of vills at this TC, so...
There are, but he's not going to be able to take the TC out, and there's enough blue dragoons. Like, he's got 7 dragoons in the back. 8 dragoons, rather.
He also has 4 over here, if you're counting those.
Okay, they're going to make their way over. But actually, for the time being, these villages are being pushed off. He is being pressured enough to call Minutemen and, you know, just make the villagers get away to safety. So Mitoe is able to do some damage here, but I think Knuschelbär will stabilize fairly soon.
Throw away all these vills here just to trade them for the cures and be still way ahead. So, and that's what he's doing. He nicely saving most of them too. And Mitoe's now completely out of military and will resign.
GG.
Score is 2-1 in favor of Knuschelbär.
XD. Can we get some XDs in the chat? Alright. Do you want to summarize that game?
I mean, I think it was just Brits are really good, and so as a result, Mitoe had a couple of inefficient trades, and then the Falconet trade didn't quite go his way. And from that point forward, it's just, you know, you're down by 20 vills, and then also getting outplayed at the same time, which led us all the way to 66 to 22. That's the fast summary. Brits are favored in the matchup, but then when you make, you know, a couple of tactical errors along the way, then
damn, they should make that into a movie. That sounds like the plot of like an awesome television.
Yeah, you can see it too at the the 14-minute mark. You can see that military army trade go quite poorly.
1,540 online. That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why I changed to villager population.
You don't know what?
I just changed from villager count to population, and then expecting it to go up by 1.25 times for CDB. But that was a bad expectation. Imagine if CDBs did take up 1.25 population space.
That'd be a lot worse.
Yeah.
But the fact that they cost 5 more is actually really frustrating on ESOC patch. I mean, yeah, it's balanced, but it's just like I'm so used to them costing 120 that I'll click it at 120 and then it won't train, and then I'll like go off and do something else, and I won't have any fucking builds queued.
Yeah. Alright, I need 1 second here. I'll be right back.
Alright, I'll go solo. I'm riding solo. Next up is game number 4. The score is 2-1 to Knuschelbär. Mitoe taking the first match, but Knuschelbär coming back, making his way back. 2 goals to 1. I think I'm in the mood for goals, given that it's World Cup season. There's the XDs in the chat. All right, looks like Grand Chaco has been banned. It leaves Great Basin, Bonnie Springs, and Hudson Bay. We'll see what Mitoe decides to ban. I'm not actually able to picture what Grand Chaco looks like, so I'm sure I'll remember it if we were to hover over it, but... Grand Chaco. I wonder what civs are left. Mitoe has played France, Iroquois, Dutch, yes. Knuschelbär has played British, Dutch, and something else. What will Mitoe? He picks Bonnie. Okay, that leaves Great Basin and Hudson Bay. I have a feeling we're going to end up on Great Basin. Oh, wait, are we just going to play on Bonnie? Have I misunderstood how this works? Welcome back.
Alrighty.
Clear up how this works. So they're not gonna veto until there's none left.
Well, the person vetoed.
Okay.
So Knuschelbär vetoed Grand Chaco or whatever, and then Mitoe.
Oh, and now Mitoe just picks a map. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, I don't know. I still don't know how this works.
We have 3 maps left after that, from which we'll do the same thing. And now Knuschelbär has to pick his civ.
Ooh, Iroquois coming out from Knuschelbär this time. Wait, didn't he? No, that was Mitoe.
What do you mean? So Knuschelbär picks because he won. So he's picked.
Yeah. He's picked Iroquois, but Mitoe, I thought he'd played it Iroquois already, but
No,
Mitoe actually.
did, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting tired. Yeah, if we do SmackDown, we need to pull it back an hour.
Yeah, we could do things way earlier. Unlike Zuda, I don't need to sleep in until like noon on my Sunday. I'm usually awake 9 hours. I've been awake for 9 hours so far, so
Damn.
that helps at all.
Oh, God, I ache. Holy shit.
Wonder what Civ Mito's gonna pick here.
My computer keeps vibrating. I'm trying to like stop it. It's really annoying. I need to oil one of the fans, I think. Okay, so he can't play French. He's still deciding. That was the Civ he's just played in the previous match. He's also played Iroquois himself, so we won't see a mirror. And he's played Dutch as well. That is another Civ we will not see. Aside from that, he has free pick. You mentioned earlier that Iroquois, a civilization that you think is doing quite well, underrated perhaps at the moment. Iroquois, you're not quite sure really what's good against them. They're just in a good spot.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be. Well, I don't even know what I don't know what I'd play against them.
Okay, Mitoe perhaps having that same quandary.
Yeah.
I mean, let's take a look at the civs. Like, what does Mitoe have left available that he's just good at playing? Yeah, I feel like Mitoe quite competent with India. Is that something you'd ever pick?
You could do India, Japan, Brit. Let's see what else. China. He also plays China. So he's all three of the Asian civs. We said Brit already. He could do German, which he doesn't play much German anymore. Okay, he's going Japan. Interesting choice. We'll see how this matchup works. I imagine that Iroquois rush is still very difficult to deal with.
I'm looking at the maps available here, and Japan seems like a good pick because Great Basin and Hudson Bay, if they're the next maps potentially. Japan, still okay, but perhaps it's fine to use Japan here. Maybe out of the civs left that he liked to play, he'd rather use one of his remaining civs on the other maps.
Yeah.
We both can't be blue. I'd better change.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. This is game number 4 in a best of 5 series. Yeah. Yes. So the score currently is 2-1 in favor of the Knuschelbär. Cuddly Bear. Can Mitoe bring it back? If he can, this may well be match point. If Knuschelbär can take this next one, if he can get another goal, then he wins the series and will progress through. Mitoe will be eliminated. Can Mitoe stop that? Can Mitoe turn it around as Japan? And the next match will be the decider. We will see how it goes. Here he is in the north of the map, spawning with 2 cherry orchard wagons because there are no berries, and 2 wood crates as Japan. H2O is going to briefly look at the hunts. In Mitoe's base, we see 40 food and 35 food. FML, he's not pleased. Why did he need
sound.
Oh, does he want to read them?
I don't think so. He could ask for it if he wants to. He usually doesn't care enough. And it's a gold start, so as a result, whenever Mitoe has a gold start, he always opens with the house. Oh no, his controller hasn't been working. But he always opens with the house and 300 wood shipment when he gets a gold start. Obviously, he preferred to be able to open with the consulate. And interestingly enough, he could even get this treasure stolen, which is really unfortunate for Iro to walk just straight to it. Going to take some damage on his explorer, but get out with the ability that the Japanese explorer has to return to the town center at any time. Rickshaw wagon's still exploring, and he's getting other treasures on the side of the map. Looks like a market going down from Knuschelbär instead of the longhouse, which is an interesting choice, really. Oh, I see why. He wants to buy 100 wood, so he can't do longhouse with it.
There is a market. He's constructed it mid-map.
Yeah, I'm saying
sorry.
he's chosen that. The fact that he's chosen to do that is interesting.
Sorry, that is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about a market over there?
It's fine. I mean, most important building in the game, right? So it provides the line of sight and all that out there.
Yeah, it is the most important. You're absolutely right.
Really, and they only want 2 techs anyway. It's placer mines and hunting dogs, so he can get. And you don't even want placer mines for a long time. So.
Yeah. Well, he's got his hunting dogs now. That's just come in here. Knuschelbär posturing over a 50 wood treasure. Going to convert one of those coyotes. I'm going to grab that treasure nice and easily. Let's take a look at what Mitoe's doing. Cords of 300 wood have arrived. I keep forgetting that Heavenly Kami is not the go-to thing anymore. That 300 wood is actually quite a nice option as well. That's what we see there, and going to be using that to construct a couple of shrines. Also, we forego the consular. I guess you have to stack them all to be really good. I mean, I'll get one at some point, but not super concerned early on.
Yeah, I think that's the trade-off when you don't have when you have the 100 gold. You age so slowly if you do
I see.
first. So that's why Mitoe at least has been doing 300 wood. I haven't seen anyone else really playing Japan lately, so.
To accelerate things a bit. Are these walls new? I mean, I've seen walls on this map before, but not where they are right there, just completely blocking off the... I think here they're acting as a mid-map barrier, which is quite interesting, forcing you to either side of the map or to spend time sieging it, which I'm sure people will do at some point, but that doesn't open up until later on in the game. I think that's a really interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that was an intentional change that happened during the King of the Hill tournament and kept it. Having the walls this way, like you said, does make them do something totally different than when they're facing the other way.
Yeah, like in the early game, it just completely changes the map. It's like it's impassable terrain, but it's interesting in the sense that you can actively open them up. It just takes time.
Yeah, it's
and not something you'll want to do early on.
Destructible rocks type of concept, right?
If you say so. I've not really played StarCraft to know.
They just have impassable terrain that you have to attack. And then when you break it open, you've created a new path. And this explorer might die to this wolf? Ah! Stun it! No! And Mitoe losing one of his shrine building explorers to a coyote. That's the most I've ever seen a converted coyote ever do, by far.
Damn.
And Mitoe's got one remaining explorer that looks like he might be able to snipe a wolf. Or the coyote, he will snipe it, and I don't know how many houses he intends to build here. Is another shrine going to go down, you think? Looks like no. The answer is no. That is no. It looks like it's time for a consulate. A 4-villager built consulate as well.
Get it up quick.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's going to go Japan right away, but we'll see.
Do you think so? I feel like if he's urgently trying to build it with 4, doesn't he want to get Portuguese up because he wants to build shrines or something?
Yeah, but he's already built 60 shrine pops, so I think he's saving wood right now to build a Rax, actually.
Oh, right.
I think that Rax will be in his future very soon. He also has a native scout that he's not using right now. That would be nice to give him some line of sight. Where's the Trav? Okay, there we go. Looks like he's going for the Warhead on the left. Mitoe has most of his shrines on the right. Well, they're kind of evenly spread. So.
In the meantime, Knuschelbär is laying down the trading post on his side of the map. Has got both of them down and a war hut on the left-hand side there to boot. Going to be protecting that, and that's where his units are going to be coming from. We do see on the Outlaw Rider has found the Japanese explorer. Actually, sort of chasing him down. Going to follow that. If he can find him. He's out of sight now, but maybe he can find the unit with his thing.
Yeah, and the native scout's coming through now. So Mitoe's now seeing the war hut. Units in queue, he's got Ashies and the Japanese shinobi archer units. And Knuschelbär is going for that stagecoach type of build, so he's not going to have any units out. Just starting his first Tomahawk now, despite being aged up significantly before Mitoe.
Yeah, but he has had these trading posts up a while.
Yeah, and if you look at recalculated economic population, it doesn't reflect the stagecoach that's about to hit, but when it does come in, they'll be Japan will actually be somewhat behind economically.
Looks like it.
Wow, look at all these units coming out here. That's a lot of Ashy with a 5 Ashy shipment as well. But the perfect counter coming out here with a defensive 7 Aena to defend. The Shinobi going to take the first shots though. They're the ones who want to soak.
Yeah, they've got really good. Well, they have range resist. That's the important thing there.
Yeah, and look at that trade. That was not even one. There's one Japanese archer for 3 ANA?
Three units, I think. Yeah. That's
another 5
5
Ashley coming out. Mito's really going all out here. I'm just not sure how effective that's going to be.
Well, he's gotten a good initial first trade, and backing it up with more units is only going to, be quite potent. That Explorer, I think, using the crack shot ability.
Yeah, and look at this, another 10 Ashley coming across the field, and 5 more Tomahawks coming up. Those are not ANA.
No, they are not ANA.
We'll
that's what he needs right now.
Yeah, he's got his ANA in Q. He's probably going to be fine with the stage
he can just walk away from this. He's got units in queue, as you mentioned. Oh, he's going to fight. He must have a shipment and some units about to pop then from that war hut.
Yeah, they also just walk fast, and now he's out of range of the war hut.
Oh, that's true. Damage. Yeah, they do walk fast, you're right. More Tomahawks joining the fray.
Yep, and now the ANA are about to pop, 5 ANA, and the pressure will be held. Those Ashley are going to start getting on the run here. 4 more Ashley coming out.
They're out. Oh no, they're having to come around the corner here.
Yeah, and this is odd. It's such an odd place to see Japan trying to put pressure on the Iroquois player. But if you look at the villager count, even if you had the stagecoach, Mitoe is economically ahead despite sending double 5 Ashley. So he's not out of this by any means. That was just a little bit of back and forth where the pressure was held quite well by Knuschelbär.
What did Mitoe get done in the meantime whilst all that was going on?
Well, he's able to ship 4 villas, and it looks like he's had better villager production overall than his opponent. And he really, army-wise, the trade wasn't horrible for him. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't horrible. And now there's 4 Ashley out in the field, and he's going to start putting on those Ashley raid pressure that we like to see.
Yeah, they'll just going into the town center. Looks like the outlaw rifleman going to get taken damage. Town center firing back. Going to have to get these Ashleys out of here now. Takes out that outlaw. Very low HP on, and Ashley does die. Going to shoot this villager. ANA's now coming through. Not quite able to fire. One shot does go on, and now the Ashley's going to mosey on out of there. They've done what they need to do.
Yeah, and
in the meantime,
building in the game being sieged.
Damn. And second most important, the shrine.
Yes.
On the other side of the map. Sieging on both sides, lots of present, doing lots of damage here. AN is now going to take out... Oh, he saves it just in time. No, he doesn't. It goes down. Half built. How much? Yeah, half built just over shrine. So that's going to be destroyed. Going to get that essentially half a kill.
Nagi's on the way soon. I'm imagining it's going to be Ashy Nagi in the chat.
Perhaps. Ashy Nagi. So, actually starting to bring this back, and we have to remember Knuschelbär has the stagecoach there as well.
Yeah, and if you look economically, because Mitoe has been able to do the double 4 villagers after this, he is still economically ahead despite, losing 2 shrines here on the left. He's got Nagi Ashley combo on the way, and he almost wants to have a Yumi Nagi combo though against the full infantry combo that Knuschelbär is putting on the field. And these AN could get some picks on some really important Ashley picks, because Mitoe does not have a lot of units out right now. And so he needs those to deal with the Tomahawks later. 3 Ashley for 1 Anna.
That's exactly what he wants. Taking out, and now going to regroup with these Tomahawks and the units that just killed that shrine. Going to try and pull them forward with the Aena perhaps, and now moving straight into the opponent's base. Maybe start sieging the big shrine there. Yeah, 4 Canyon Horsemen also going to be backing this up. Can he shoot another couple of Ashies that are just out of his... Oh, what's he doing? He's having a...
That one's dead. Wow.
That one is definitely dead.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the military discrepancy here. It's all of a sudden a 40 to 10 military pop discrepancy. I'm not sure how Mito's going to be able to hold this.
It's going to be tough. He does have the...
Explorer shot cav wasn't the best shot, but still taking a good 50 HP off of both cavalry units here, and there's no way you can hold the Shrine Wonder. I mean, he's just totally zoned off of the Tomahawks that he wants to be getting on.
Shinobi and Q, as well as a Naginata and Yumi. Perhaps he can pop them all soon and combine it with the Sentries and the Minutemen type guys. Either way, even if he is able to do that, certainly going to be losing this shrine here, and that's going to decrease the effectiveness of his economy as well. Blue really catching up in terms of eco.
Yeah, that's a big difference. And the thing is, like, Losing the racks too is going to make it hard. He's kind of in a similar situation versus Brit last game where he just has no units, and it's hard to come back from no units when your racks is being sieged.
Yeah. I think this could spell it out. Mitoe going 3-1.
Yeah, I think this could very well be the end here. We'll see if, like you said, if there's any sort of timing that can be pulled together. But Knuschelbär is really not committing to anything here. 5 Yumi shipment does come. Are the Minutemen on the way? Not yet.
The Shinobis they're here already.
He just got the resources to do it.
Look at that crack shot. God, that's good. It requests so many random things that make them good. Conservative tactics coming in as
Here
well.
Comes the Minutemen.
And this is the perfect time for Knuschelbär to want to have an engagement when his upgrade just got in. Still not going to commit to it though. He's just done all this damage and just going to keep his units alive. He is getting a bit in there.
Yeah, this is the only chance that Mitoe's got is to win this fight. But wow, losing 2 cap here just from the poke. The poke is just really good for Knuschelbär because of how many ranged units he has. And there's the Minutemen coming out. Knuschelbär plenty of time to run away. And he'll do just that, knowing that Minutemen are one of the few ways he could even have a bad trade here.
Yeah, and he knows he's killed his opponent's racks. He knows he's killed his opponent's, more importantly, shrine, the big one. And that's just going to be lasting damage. I think now he just wants to keep making his vills, not do anything stupid with his army, and just sit back and feel pretty good about himself.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, maybe he's just going to go to the right-hand side and just cycle through all the shrines and easy things to kill that are far from the production facilities while continuing to mass.
He's got to kill these feed stores.
Look at Mitoe's military population, though. He has come back, and economically, we talk about losing the shrine wonder being big, but he's still not behind economically. So,
question, is it factored in, that big shrine, to the number that we see displayed?
Well, it's factored in as 2 vills, but the percentage gather rates are not factored in. Otherwise, you have to factor in like all the cards and all the market upgrades and.
Okay. Yeah, and that's that'd be some feat.
If you look at where Knuschelbär is hunting, he has enough resources to go fortress soon, but will he go fortress?
What are those villagers doing? Are they just line of sight?
I think he's just trying to gather. He's out of hunt. You look at the hunting situation. This may be a weaker time for Knuschelbär to try to squeeze in an Ajax because he has no hunts left. And Mitoe doing a nice play here by recognizing that the best way to defend your shrines is just to threaten something more valuable of your opponents. So Knuschelbär's army is coming over now to defend his trading post.
5 enemy archers.
Yeah, he's aging now though. That's the problem Mitoe's going to face next.
Mitoe, I think, is going to age behind this as well. He's got the resources for it.
Yeah, he does.
I think that's what he wants to do as well. But that just means Knuschelbär is going to get away with this awkward time where he's running out of hunts, because both players are going to be aging, doing similar things, and Mitoe isn't going to be on the offensive, abusing the fact that Knuschelbär's run out of hunt.
Yeah, Mitoe still hasn't started aging yet.
Really? Or is he actually training units?
He's using the bash training. He's going to fight right now, and this may turn out really well if he gets out 10 Nagi and 10 Ashi.
Well, what the hell is...
He doesn't realize that his opponent's not aging. If I were him right now, I'd think, oh wow, my opponent has a lot of units. He's not aging, and I need to make units now. And then he's going to see Knuschelbär at the fortress stage and then want to push really hard with his army.
What's Knuschelbär even doing out here?
I'm not sure. I think he's I think really both players are confused about whether the other one's aging or not.
Oh, okay. He thought maybe, okay, well, I'm aging. I think my opponent's aging as well, so I should put some...
I can put some pressure on, yeah. And now, turns
out
Mitoe's not aging.
And he's like, all right, I better get out of here.
Yeah. What's interesting though is I still don't think that either player knows the age up situation of the other. I wouldn't be able to tell. But this hunt is really important right now for Knuschelbär. And Mitoe, clearly based on the non-commitment from Mitoe here, he doesn't know about the age up.
Yeah.
We'll see in about a second if he changes his mind when the age up ticks through.
What, you think he might turn around and go for it?
I think he's going to turn around immediately. He's like, oh wow, we have equal armies and he's now fortress, so I really need to push now. That's what he's going to think.
Yeah, I always feel like it's slightly too late though once they're up, because then by the time you're engaging them again, here he goes. By the time you're engaging them again, your opponent has the upgrades almost in.
Yeah, this isn't too late just yet. We'll see. I mean, there's still upgrades. The vet Cav's on the way, vet Tom is on the way, not vet Anna. But he needs to be in there now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's got maybe 15 seconds left to be not sieging, but engaged on the army, killing as many unupgraded units as you can. Yeah, like right now, this is it. Before those vet Thomas get in, like he's got to clean out a lot of those. And the Ashes start getting a hand attack too.
There we go. Vet.
There they go. All the vets are in now, and
okay.
I think
at least he got some value. But I think
this may get cleaned up though.
Yeah, he's got a lot more military. Well, it's quite even, but I think with the upgrades now in. Mind you, these are that's going to swing it.
Yeah.
I was going to say Japanese units are stronger, but not when you have a 9 Tomahawk shipment arriving.
Yeah, well, and Knuschelbär could just sell 500 food right now and call the double Tomahawk big button for 15 Tomahawks if he wanted to.
That might be precisely what he does. He's got so much food.
Yeah.
GG. Mitoe is eliminated. Knuschelbär going through 3-1. 3 goals to 1.
3 goals to 1.
Very good. Well played from Knuschelbär. He's definitely a strong opponent.
Definitely. And Knuschelbär will be playing against Kaiser Klein in the finals next weekend.